A bus driver named Chen Ziqiang does all it takes to save his passengers from the typhoon, and brings them to safety with his girlfriend among the passengers. Following the typhoon incident, on the radio through different channels, newscasters tell everyone about the second typhoon in China's southern east region, which left massive damage behind. It is expected to be a powerful storm as it gets close to China with enormous casualties. People are thereby advised to treat it seriously and be vigilant, and take the necessary precautions. A fisherman with his cousin, unaware of what is happening, sails on their boats with dead fishes floating on the water and wonders what is wrong with the fish. The uncle, not having a good feeling about the situation, orders the boy to fix the radio, and the boy tells him to stop being superstitious. It is just a dead fish. The uncle complains and tells him neither fan nor radio he hasn't been able to fix it and has not learned anything. He tells him to hurry up and fix the radio, and they won't be able to do anything if something terrible happens. Pulling the net out, it turns out the fishes are dead. The uncles tell the boy they died from lack of temperature and wonder why the water temperatures are high. He notes something is wrong. The fearful cousin asks if they were cursed, and the other boy on the boat laughs at him and tells him he must have seen plenty of movies and throws the plastic bottle of water he drinks. The other boy asks why he litters the water. Laughing, he asks if he is scared he will be cursed too. The uncle tells them to stop joking and should hurry up and fix the radio. The weather is strange, and he has bad feelings about the situation. The boy sets the radio, and immediately, they hear the newscaster announces a strong typhoon located in the northeastern ocean region. All fishing boats are to turn around to the port. They all rush inside the boat and try to communicate their location, but they can't hear them. Not long they see a typhoon heading towards their ship, and they struggle to make sure they are no impact, but they drive right into it. After this, the newscaster announces that the typhoon has suddenly turned into a Haitian city. All departments are to prepare, with another person commenting that the typhoon will create another geographical problem and they are harder to track. In the city, a bus driver Ziqiang waits for the passengers to board the bus, a couple, a man complaining on the phone, a man with goods, and his girlfriend. She expresses her disappointment about him quitting his former job and now a bus driver, and he coaxes her to enter the bus. They will talk later. A clown also enters, and a woman with her son boards the bus with the son, informing his mother about the news alert he receives about the typhoon, but she discarded it. On the way, the clown announces that there is a couple on the bus and a man would like to propose to his girlfriend. During the process of reading the love letter, and he is about to announce the girlfriend's name, they see the typhoon coming towards them, and Ziqiang tries to escape it. His girlfriend Xiaoqing orders him to drive faster, and he tries to escape the obstacles. During the process, the tires deflated, and their bus plunged into the cliffs, with the bus hitting the rocks as it went down. The passenger screamed. Ziqiang wakes up with injuries on his body and calls out Xiaojing's name. He checks his phone. Not long after, Xiaojing coughs and wakes up, and asks where they are. He replies with they are stuck on a cliff and she shouldn't move and tries to calm her down. The passengers begin to wake up and express discomfort. They realize their situation, and everybody panics and tries to get up. He tries to calm the situation and orders them to sit down as they are blown away by the typhoon and are stuck on a cliff. He suggests that if they can climb out in 30 minutes and find shelter, they might be able to wait it out. A passenger asks what he means by that, and he replies they are in the eyes of the storm, and if they do not leave before the typhoon hits again, they will die. Peng Peng answers and shares more knowledge about their current situation, and his mom tells him to keep shut and stop saying nonsense. He tells her about his interest in metrology and that she should stop forcing him to study math. Another passenger says he is a fisherman, and both are true. Other passengers cry. Ziqiang tells them not to panic and that they should listen to him. They suggested checking the phone and using it, but he told them there was no signal, and they attested to it. They start crying again, and he tells them they should stop crying and for them to listen to him. A couple orders him should stop yelling at them and asks why he behaves like an expert and asks if he knows how to drive or not and asks why did he go them there, and both partners threaten to kill him. Mr. Feng tells him if he cannot get out of there, he will report him, and Peng Peng's mother tells him if anything happens to her son, she will come back as a ghost and hunt him. Xiaoqing sees this and angrily stands up, ordering them to shut up. The bus shakes in the process, and they all scream. She tells them he is not a terrible driver and his name is Chen Ziqiang, an excellent resource who before was an emergency rescuer worker, and told them the things he has done so they shouldn't shout at him. Ziqiang tries to calm her down, but she tells him to leave her, that he is a hero, that he saves people, and that he almost lost his life. She asks if anyone knows how to drive a bus among them and tells them if they at least have a chance to escape, it will be because of him, and through him, they should beg him. They beg him to save them, and Mr. Feng offers him money. Xiaoqing tells him she trusts him, and they all pray and say they trust him too. He asks all of them to tell him their weight. Lisa asks why he asks and explains why they need it and has to keep the bus balance. They try to come up with a solution, and in the process, they argue about who should be saved first and who gets to go through the net first since it can only fit one person at a time. They vow to all die together since they keep fighting, and Zheqiang orders them to keep shut. Xiaoqing sees this and orders Zheqiang to leave with her, and they beg them not to go. She tells them their money or their fighting is not needed, and she can't die with them since they all want to die. Zheqiang asks them to trust him and that he can save everyone. He opens the bus and leaves first, telling them to follow him according to their weight. Xiaoqing calls out his name and tells him to be careful. He smiles at her and tells her she looks beautiful in the dress she wore and climbs out. He looks at the cliffs and tries to jump to the wall. The bus shakes, he jumps back on top. He asks who mentioned the wrong weight, and Lisa speaks up. He instructs her, and she does what she was told. He jumps to the wall back, and all look at him. On his way, he tries as much as possible to make sure he grips his hand on the walls and doesn't miss his landing as he just from one wall to another, looking for a way to make it up. He gets close to a stick branch and makes a jump for it. The branch breaks into two, and he falls off, but he grabs the rock as he falls. The passengers shout and keep calm when they see he is stable on the wall back. Mr. Feng asks Xiaoqing if her BF can make it, and she replies that he will. Zheqiang finally gets to the top of the roadside, and they all scream happily. Rain starts to fall, and everybody panics. Kids tell them the typhoon will get to them soon. Xiaoqing shouts Zheqiang's name and tells him the typhoon will quickly come. He stands up hurriedly and instructs them to tie the net with the ropes he throws down. The passengers tell him the rope isn't long enough, and he tells them someone should go out to tie the rope together. After much back and forth, the fisherman goes out with the string but cannot grab the rope. Zheqiang tells them to use their belt and form a human ladder, and the ladies and all the men remove their belts. In doing so, one of them asks who will go and give the fisherman the belt. They choose the couple, but the man to go, and he cries, telling them he is afraid of heights. Then Mr. Feng analyzes why he should be the one to go. He goes out, and the fisherman carries him on the neck and asks if he has seen the rope crying. He says no. The people inside the bus, seeing that they are still unable to reach the rope, ask who is going next. They all point to the man who says he is money Mr. Feng and has been analyzing everybody and tell him to stop analyzing and give him the reason why he should be the one to go. He finally goes to join the bus and climbs the both of them, forming a ladder. He reaches out for the ropes, and the people in the bus cheer him on. On finally grabbing the rope, Zheqiang is pulled with it and falls, but he holds the wall. The clown in the car sees this and tells them he is okay. Finally, they can tie the ropes together. Mr. Feng calls the fisherman aside and tells him he should allow him to go first and offers him money. The third man asks him what they are discussing, and Mr. Feng tells him about how they will climb up. The fisherman tells Mr. Feng that while money is necessary, his life is also essential. The fisherman calls on Peng Peng first, and Zheqiang pulls the rope. The mother inside the bus cries, and Xiaoqing tells her to go next and tell her a child needs his mother. The woman asks her what about her, and she replies that she will go last and she trusts Zheqiang. After the mums get up, the clown with the leg injury follows the wife, and Lisa, the fisherman. The temperature drops, and it becomes hot. Mr. Feng fights with the other man, and they both jump to the rope causing the bus to lose its balance with Xiaoqing inside. Zheqiang sees this and tells the rest to pull them up and jumps down to save Xiaoqing. On getting to safety, the two men fight, and people in the process separate them and tell them there are still two people who need saving. They drop the rope. Zheqiang and Xiaoqing hug each other inside the bus, and Xiaoqing cries. The bus is about to fall, and they both make it to the rope. During the process of pulling the strings, it cuts, and they climb the rest of the cliff with their hands. They both make it to the top, and everybody is happy. Peng Peng tells them to stop shouting and calls their attention to the typhoon that will soon hit them in 10 minutes. They all run to look for shelter, and they find a cave and enter it. Not long after, the place begins to shake, and they wonder why it is shaking. Peng Peng tells them it might be a landslide, and the area begins to crumble, and they all keep running inside the cave to find a better place. In the process of their running, Peng Peng gets caught underneath the area that crumbles. The mother notices this, and they all go to try and bring him out while shouting his name. Zheqiang tries to carry the big stone up with the fisherman's help, and they put out their hands so that Peng Peng can hold onto it and bring him out. He crawls out, and they save him. Zheqiang lets go of the big stone, and it all crumbles. Relief washes over them as Peng Peng is with them, and the crumbling has stopped. They tell him he scared them to death. Xiaojing goes to Zheqiang and asks him what is next for them and how they will get out of the place. He tells her they won't be able to get out of the site. The passengers, on hearing this, ask why, mentioning that they climbed cliffs and he is their Superman. He can lead them out of there. and they have faith in him. He tells them the entrance is blocked and shows them the stone, and tells them he will not be able to carry the rocks. The fisherman tells him he is strong and can take it. Mr. Feng goes to help him, but they cannot accept it. He tells them to stop wasting their energy and save it to preserve the oxygen they have, or else they die faster. The passenger asks him what next and what they should do. He should think of something since they can't sit by and do nothing, and they trust him. Ziqiang tells them he is sorry he can't save anyone and that they should wait for the rescue team. Peng Peng asks for a phone, and they all check their pocket to see if anyone has it. Mr. Feng tries to turn his own on, but it doesn't come up because of the water damage. Lisa tells them her phone is on, and they all ask her to dial the number and announces that there is no signal. Mr. Feng, with annoyance, shouts and asks why there isn't a signal from the cliff to the cave. Some of them cry and sit down. Lisa, the live streamer, makes a video crying and tells her fans to love her for who she is and that she is fat. After recording herself, Mr. Feng offers her money to make a video of himself, and she tells him to use it, and she won't charge him. He asks what is the use of money, queries himself, and flings the cash away. The clown replies to him and tells him money is essential. His girlfriend left him because he didn't have money, and he promised to build a successful business, but she still left him and called him a clown. The fisherman replies to him and says he is the clown. He tells them he has been a fisherman for over 10 years, and he still gets seasick. His boss tells him he brings misfortune and can't catch a fish, so he fires him. The couple expresses their love for each other, addresses their shortcomings, and is happy they are together. Peng Peng's mother cries and blames herself for allowing her son to study a subject he is not interested in. Peng Peng tells her he knows she wants the best for him. His mother tells him he is her best treasure, and Peng Peng thanks his mother for raising him alone. With Xiaoqing by Ziqiang's side, he calls her name before he can talk. Xiaoqing challenges him and asks him what he is. Going tells him to pull himself Tog, ether and addresses everybody. She tells them they haven't died yet and why they are giving up. She faces each one of them and manages them according to their issues and why they should stay alive. She then meets Ziqiang and asks him why he is giving up after the numerous challenges they have faced together. In the process, Ziqiang sees a rat going back and forth of a place and springs up to the place. They helped him and carried the stones away. After doing that, a sewer is right before them. He orders them to climb inside. They all crawl inside the sewer and finally to a fishing harbor. The typhoon keeps getting closer, and they all go into the place for shelter. They block the windows and doors with the available options, but the breeze is too strong, knocking out everything they stopped. They change to another place. In the process, the clown drops his cake and screams for it, and the passenger asks him if it is essential. Ziqiang runs to carry it and gets hit by a big wood and knocked out. Xiaoqing runs to help him, including everyone. Thinking he is dead, Xiaoqing expresses herself and the passengers too. Not long after, he woke up, and they were all happy. After a while, the typhoon settled, and they were all saved. Ziqiang professed his love to Xiaoqing with the clown cake, and she accepted him with everybody clapping and telling them to kiss. They kissed. The 3 fishermen at the beginning also survive. A year later, all the passenger takes about their experience with the typhoon and how their lives are after the typhoon. After talking about themselves, they come together and talk about the typhoon survival team they created a year ago and recite their slogan. The movie ends. Thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe.